You know, it's in being a father myself that made me realize children do need both parents. And also in that thought, I also realize the good thing about the differences in men and women. And there are many ways to see the differences, obviously, but it's in parenting where you learn a lot about the male-female dynamic because of how it goes towards nurturing, caring for, and raising a child or children. Sounds somewhat random, I know, but an interesting point. But I have a video today. It's a panel video starring Ann Coulter, who is a lawyer, author, columnist, and badass, to be honest, because she's about to wreck these women on this panel. But my title is SJW Fail, Why Single Mothers Can't Be Fathers. Can leftover women be good mothers? Can they? The point of that part of the title is because it's a common thing nowadays to see many women have their careers and everything, have their fun with random men through their lives, then reach the age of 30 or so, and realize they may want to actually have a child. Now, in many cases, there's no man around.
No one cares.
She stayed with no man or no man stayed with her. Yeah, run!
Run!
Run. Seriously. But for many women, they have the option to freeze their eggs and then go to a bank of semen, not semen, to obviously make a baby. So in other words, these are leftover women, 27 plus women, unmarried, without a child, who may decide to skip the man completely and just have the child. So in other words, going forward, we will see a continuous rise of more single mothers. Not just low-class, poor single mothers, but also high-earning single mothers. Either way, single mothers nonetheless. But I hope you're doing well, hope you're enjoying your weekend. But this, of course, is Replicant Fish. Welcome back. Glad you could join me again. It's about to get messy. Let's begin!
Some of the things I don't agree with you is when you bring up single moms. And so single mothers, you have sort of equated that to bad mothers. And you've even written a book about that, correct?
It's a big part of my last book, Guilty, and actually it's figuring in my book about moms, the current one, Demonic.
What? Demonic, wow. What a name. Wow, what a name for a book about single mothers. How the literal mob is endangering America. Wow, interesting title. I may actually purchase that book. Now, for some it may seem a bit much, but already you can see the point she's making. It's not the fact single mothers are, in fact, demonic. It's more a sense of the notion and the thoughts being pushed into society, into everyday life. This is why so many women believe they can do it all by themselves, which a lot of us know is bullshit, absolute crap, it's nonsense, but the thought still pertains.
Current one, Demonic. The point is, can single moms be good dads? And they cannot.
Absolutely we
can. And so the best,
but why would they want
what
to be
we
good
know
dads?
is...
Whoa. Stop for a minute. The research is very clear here, Anne.
Yes, it is.
It says one stable, good parent is better than two unstable parents.
Okay, before we let this woman waffle on, why is she so triggered? Why is she so angry already? Calm down, woman. Calm down. Wendy Walsh, PhD.
Just like a woman.
Once again, my point doesn't matter if you're highly educated. Doesn't mean you're not a knob.
Research supports it that
research
a mother
supports
cannot
this.
provide.
No, this
you don't think I can discipline my children because I'm single?
Okay, I want to make a point to this. In understanding this, it's not that women can't discipline children by themselves. It's not that. It's the fact that a male role model in the house, who is not a weak man, he's actually a man with a backbone, can actually help structure the lives of the youngsters, so long as he's a decent man, obviously. And this explains my dynamic, as I said earlier on. Many mothers, and many of you listening that had mothers that cared about you could understand, many mothers are the softer ones of the parents, sometimes, in some cases, and the father, in some cases, more strict. So the point is, the fact the child can see the fun, enjoyable aspects, the nice, calm, nice, probably gentle, less strict things, and then the more strict, more logical man aspect. The fact you can't be away with the fairies, the fact you have to have foresight, the fact you have to think about your future, the fact you can't just live every day trying to have fun and expect the best for yourself. Yeah. Grrr! It's a bit of a waffle, but yeah, exactly.
No, the research is overwhelming that, look, I wish you the best. I wish all single mothers the best. I wish all single fathers the best. The question is a public policy question. And children are just much better off with a mother and a father.
Only because
and
of
the studies are
economics.
overwhelming.
But wait.
What is wrong with this woman? Calm down, woman. Calm down. Let her finish. Once again, my point, men, pay attention. Why is it that the women that make more sense and the women I actually agree with, they seem to be the more feminine women, yet the less feminine, more aggressive women, they're the women that are just very off-putting. They're not the sort of women that turn you on. Now, yes, I know many of you men watching will still do this, woman. I'm just making a point, you know what I'm saying? The attitude as well paints a very vivid picture.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I think children are better off with a healthy, loving father and a healthy, loving mother. But I will say that I did not have a healthy, loving father, and I wish that I did. And I do worry personally about becoming a mother and not having a father figure in the mix. It does keep me up at night. I do talk about it in therapy. But with that said, I also know that if you have a father who is not there for his kids, who is abusive, who is a deadbeat dad, then you're so lucky to have one parent that truly loves you because...
Understand what she's saying and fully agree with everything she just said. However, the point is, as many men continually make nowadays, where we're told to shut up and stop talking, the fact is many women choose the men that they're with. And yes, some men at first can seem like decent men, then turn out to be monsters.
Just like a woman.
As women can as well. The point is, many women do choose the fathers of their children. Many women have the ability to stop a child being born. But the fact is, we still have to take into account that many women, a decent amount of women, are fond of dudes with a name, not a real name, just a name in the streets, or just a reckless bad boy sort of guy. And because many women's belief of they can change this man, they would believe a child may change him, have children with this men, then may realize later on, okay, well, he's not actually a good dad. Grrr! But by that point, the children could be messed up already. You can see how this is blamed on men in general, saying, oh, this is a man thing. Yes, many men do this. But the point needs to be made of the men some women are picking. Some women like a bit of rough. The sad thing is many women try to start a family with a bit of rough. And it continues on.
I wouldn't be sane today if I didn't have my mom there for me every step of the way.
Sure, I mean, that's great, but I mean, this is the show called The Doctors, and you don't compare scientific evidence by either you have two parents and they're ex-murderers or a single mother. I mean, 90% of prisoners, juvenile delinquents, suicides, runaways are the children of single moms. And what I think is dangerous right now in America, something we haven't seen before, is this enthusiasm and encouragement for young girls, teenage girls, you know, teen mom shows, and the woman's doing it on her own. It's women who consciously, by choice, decide, I'm going to have a baby and I don't need a man.
Don't want no baby mamas.
I'm going to have a baby and I don't need a man. Don't need a man.
There we go. Thank you, Anne. Thank you very much. And in the modern society and culture, for you to go against that, you're instantly seen as wrong. You're instantly seen as wrong, hateful, just somehow a bad person because you're making such a good point. Me personally, I don't care if women want to do it all by themselves. But in thinking of the kids...
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Oh, think of the kids. Oh, think of the kids. Think of how many children born to single mothers may end up like one of the many things Ann Coulter's just described.
90% of prisoners, juvenile delinquents, suicides, runaways are the children of single moms.
And many women are naive enough to believe they can raise a boy into a man.
Bullshit.
Because many women have raised younger males into grown males, they believe they can raise a boy into a man.
That is bullshit.
Grrr! And because we live in a liberated culture, fathers in the house who try to make sure their daughters don't become wild.
Propaganda tool.
Obviously, you have to understand how disruptive that is nowadays. Because good fathers in the home, it disrupts liberation. It disrupts women wanting to be so free and liberated and thinking they can do everything by themselves. Why? Because women are far easier to manipulate than men are. That's why feminism exists, but there's nothing on a large scale that exists for men. It's just random men making points, not organized, social pushed agendas. It's a vast difference.
That should not be
I don't have a man and I
Right.
want to have a child, so what would you tell me?
I'd say you're being very narcissistic.
Really, I'm adopting a child that has no loving parents of any kind.
Oh. Ann Coulter got ready like she wanted to knock this chick out. Yeah.
Run, bitch! Run!
Yeah. all right. Okay. I don't promote, you know, girl on girl violence.
There are plenty of married parents who are done. There are lists
And
of married parents
really,
waiting
there
to
are
adopt babies
millions of
with
children.
spina bifida,
Millions
with
of
torture.
children.
Do you
and
really
that
think
don't
that her
have
child,
loving homes.
if she has money and she has a lot of love, that her child wouldn't have a future and wouldn't be the
Look, they
prison
might turn
inmate
out
that you
fine.
said is what they turn
Statistics
out.
you're
So
looking
you're
at.
telling me that a married couple that is less evolved, that has less financial resources, that has less time to spend with the kid would be better than me.
There we go again, and that's why this is dangerous. Now, yes, the two parents she described, they may not be in the best position, but the simple fact she's missing is that there's a dad there. There's a man there. There's a male role model there. They're missing the point that a man needs to be a man, and a man needs to also be there. Because women can get all the money in the world they can and want by themselves, they believe they can do it all. But something to pay attention to, men. Pay attention to this, men. This shows you as well how in society they want to act as if masculine energies, just masculinity, as if it's not only useless, it's pointless, and in some cases should be non-existent.
And I'm prepared to support, love, nurture, protect my child.
That
because
is-
they're married, that's absurd. You're not looking at the quality of the individual.
Okay, wait, no.
You're
Ann,
not, Ann.
I am the product of a single parent. And I am not a stripper. I am not a prison
that's
inmate.
irrelevant.
I went to medical school.
She's
and I'm up here as a doctor.
Look,
No, you're not a stripper, but then you're one person. You're an outlier. You're acting like you're the result. You're not the result, you're an outlier of single mothers. From the way you go on, you can kind of tell there's something missing. Like, you can kind of tell you probably didn't grow up with a dad.
look at
Okay.
smoking statistics. Most smokers will not get lung cancer, but if you look at it at the other end, how many people who get lung cancer were smokers? It's overwhelming. It's exactly the same
Actually,
way.
you
with
two
single
are
mothers.
going
There's lots of
to
wonderful
disagree.
children. They're
This is
wonderful
so
children.
controversial. We do have to go to break. If you want to weigh in,
Silence, you fool!
Yes, silence, doctor, silence, doctor. Lovely woman, and once again, why is it that the women that make the most sense are the most feminine and more stable-minded of women? I mean, this is why I laugh, because it's funny and it's in front of you. It's there. Just pay attention and make sure as a man you never lose yourself to these single mothers. Hear, hear, woof, woof, as men, yeah. Indeed, indeed. In other words, focus, observe. Remember, the world is yours. Have a nice day.